Here we are. Wait, I don't need this microphone. I need this microphone. DevStream. It's been a while. I am just always busy. I'm just always busy. Let me scroll up forever until I find the DevStream announcement so I can repost it. There it is. AI Tuber kind of looks like it's struggling today. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Right, we've got some just generic libav.js stuff to do. There are there's an interface that's a PR that I haven't finished integrating yet because it's not forward compatible, backwards compatible. I don't quite know how I would explain its compatibility issue. And there's one that's not a PR. I don't think that the PR one is going to. It's been a couple weeks, I think, so I'm just going to finish it myself rather than waiting for the PRer to do it. Yeah, basically, I immediately said, I'm going to ask you to do something exceedingly annoying. Please look up the AVI version and add an if to the accessor. So then somebody else was kind enough to work out exactly what it is, so we just need to do that. I am on the master branch, right? Yes, okay. So let me do this. Can I just say no? I don't want you to rebase, I just want you to merge. Can I fetch that and then merge it or something? This is very annoying. Okay, fine. I'll just rebase, whatever. Didn't really want to rebase it, but you made me. Okay, so right. They added multiple things. Yeah, just some new fields that they were using. There's just one of them that is causing me an issue, being duration. Okay. I guess this would be AV frame. The very fact that it's an int instead of an int64 is already off to a bad start. Sorry. Let me... Yeah. Okay. Well, for all I know, it is int and not an int64. I don't know why it would be, but I can check. Documentation. No, it's an int64. Okay. The thing that's very annoying about it being an int64 is that means that there's a low and a high. Yeah. Okay, good. I do this in the sensible way. So you do have to do low before high, but if you just set it blindly, it will work. Okay, now the problem I was actually trying to address here is that this was added quasi-recently. This is probably correct. Ugh. Ew. Ugh. Who's putting FLAC in an MP4 container? That's just an evil thing to do. Anyway. Right. Okay. So. Codec version. Yes, okay. So that duration right there, if AVUtil duration int is greater than AV version int 573100. But in this case, I want else, and I'm going to make it use a different field. Unfortunately, to make it use a different field, I'm going to have to write these manually, but that's not a huge deal. So it's just structure name underscore field, structure pointer, return that field. But in this case, I've got the high and low. Wait, what? So the type I don't even use here. I just have it there, I guess, for my own documentary reasons. Cool. Consistency. AV frame. Duration. Return frame. Packet duration. But make sure to cast that to uint32t. You know what? As silly as it is, it will be slightly faster to do this by starting from this and just editing it. AV frame duration. We're actually going to do packet duration, AV frame duration high. Oops. Packet duration shifted right by 32 bits. Frame. Set duration. AV frame. Set duration high. Ah, there's the one place where I actually used it. Hooray! I guess that makes some sense. Okay. A little bit annoying, but as long as that's the only exception to the rules, it's not a huge deal. Now... make sure that I've actually got EMSDK. Unfortunately, this might be a bit of a long build, and it's going to get worse. Because I have to build with an old enough version in order to actually be able to test that I have improved anything. Let's get an idea of which version, like so. So in 6.1... there was both. In 6. Well, no, I definitely won't support 6.0 anymore. I only support the latest in any line. In 5.1, presumably there is packet duration, but not duration. Correctamundo. Okay, so we will also see if I can build with 5.1. First, we will see what this error was. Oh dear. My version numbers ain't it. Is it possible that they didn't bump the version, even though this was just an AVUtil? They did bump the version. 57. Oh, okay, it has to be strictly greater than 57. No, it has to be greater than or equal to 5730-100, but I said strictly greater than. Is that the only API change they've made? 57, what? Well, I just lied, I guess. However, yeah, it should be way. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, yeah, this should just be greater than or equal to instead of strictly greater than. That'll do. or that won't do. $57, $30, $100, libav version. Yes. AV version and the hell? My brain was so on my brain was so on duration that I just auto wrote duration. So I actually probably do want this to be no. They changed the version number with the same thing, so this should be greater than or equal to. What is happening? AVutil version int. Jesus Christ. I can't read. There we go. It's making progress. Gonna refill my drink while it makes progress. Well, it built. Is that something? Now, let's see. If I do build with 5.1, whatever the latest version of the 5.1 series is, 5.1.7, I did not let it do any multi-building. Now, this is going to be a long build because it has to build it from scratch. I already had most of FFmpeg built, but now it's going to have to rebuild it all since it's a different version. The question is, will it work? Actually, it's just will it build? With this, with this kind of backwards compatibility, all I want is that it definitely builds. I don't actually test with this version because, if it doesn't work, I don't really care. I don't want to become version dependent in a particularly annoying way. Okay. Oh, there's an error. Great. There's not an error? Oh, error ignored. Oh, those are just the... Okay, yeah, those are looking for debug files, but that doesn't actually matter. Hence, error ignored. so yes, that built. Okay, great. No, that is not the next step to merge. I can just do all of those steps. And that should just automatically close. Yep. Okay. So no more pull requests. And then, so this I'm not fixing because I don't know how to fix it. And this person put this so politely. So coded side data in AV codec parameters. Now I have side data, but there's side data in various places, and I don't know what the significance. I see. There's side data in the packets. Yeah, but there's extra data in the codecs, isn't there? Is that distinct? Well, it's obviously distinct in a different field, but this might be FC bridge. No, this might be extra. It is a FC bridge. I guess there's. Ugh. It's an AV codec here. Oh, that's right. I have I have this full AV. That's a little bit confusing. Anyway, extra data. Yeah, what the hell? So this is in the codec context. Yikes. This is in the codec context, but yeah, it's also in the codec parameters. Is there also side data in the parameters? That would be very annoying. Codec side. Extra binary data needed for initializing the decoder, codec dependent. Additional data associated with the entire stream. Why did these have to be different things? But it is just packet side data, so I won't really have to add too much new here. That's just plain funny. Okay, so let's look at how I implement side data. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm going to have to change how I do FF copy outside data. This is only used internally, and I don't think that I actually expose that. I think you have to copy out the entire packet. Yes, I do not expose that, so I can change this. So that shouldn't be too major of a change. That should be Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to worry. Wait, is there a copy out for codec? Yes, there is. Here it is. So I'm gonna have to worry about this as well and copy out the side data here. Fine. Okay. Uh, right, and here it is just raw. You would have to raw access the heap to use it that way, which is fine. You can do that if you want. Okay, AB codec. Let me just quickly check. Quite often, when it's in codec parameters, it is also, in codec context. Let me check whether, yeah, it's also in codec context. That being said, does that matter? Because I don't really provide many accessors for codec context at all. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, including extra data. But not usefully. I mean, you can just get the raw pointer, so I guess I can just add that there too. There isn't a copy out for that. Things we can copy out is frames, uh, packets, codec parameters. That's it. Okay. It's more or less what I thought. Okay, so this is annoying, but not too bad. So let's start by adding the side data accessors. I usually put these in alphabetical order. They're almost in alphabetical order. Yeah, just got off by one there somehow. Anyway, so coded side data. Nope, not AV frame. Not codec context. Coded side data. AV packet side data. Get side data. Coded side data. And why did you have to name it NB underscore? Now it's going to be totally disconnected. NB coded side data. That was on codec context, and the same also goes on codec parameters. The packet side data, coded side data. No, it's not in alphabetical order again. Somebody else must have added everything below this. It doesn't actually matter. Like, the order is literally the only two valid orders to have it in are either the order that is in the actual original structure or alphabetical. Anything else is nonsense. Okay, that should be all I need on that level, I think. Yeah, fine enough. side data I just have as any here, which is a bit lame, but whatever. Okay, so side data is going to be added on here. This is just in no particular order. Cool. Yeah, this is the only extra data that's actually in a type. You know what? Just tell me the files. Yeah, and in the post code, anywhere where I can get extra data. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fix this side data copier. Packet side data packet side data elms packet. Yes, the rest of this should be fine because it is the same type. So now anywhere where I have extra data, I also have coded side data. Side data, codec parameters, coded side data. Codec par, codec parameters, NB, coded side data. It's so weird. That's inconsistent. Like it's side data elms in one place and NB coded side data in the other. Okay, extra data itself hasn't changed. Right, but I do need to copy in. So how does this work? Badly appears to be the answer. Oh, I see. I already have side data elms. Oh, okay, I get it. I get how I did this. Do I get how I did this? Oh! AV packet new side data. So is there a call like AV codec par new coded side data? Ugh. Really? So how are you ever supposed to make these things? Coded side data. AV packet new side data. The hell? Am I calling a function that doesn't exist? Is everything broken now? What is happening? Am I in some ancient version of the docs? It doesn't really matter, but... Packet new. Let's see if this says, like, this is just a shortcut to... Nope. Cool, great, thank you, great, cool, great, thank you, great. God, it's all completely manual. Then how the hell are you supposed to do this for codec pars? Do you just do it in a packet and then transplant it? What's happening? without copy in, this is useless, and I can do it. I can like uh, what am I trying to say? I can sort of like brutalize it. I can do it the nasty way. Oh God, side dude was added. I'm gonna have to do another one of those. Okay. Anyway, let me make sure I'm at the latest version at least for the moment. The codec. I did not think I was on the latest version. Okay, let's see if there's anything about how to actually use this shit. Should be allocated with... This is exceedingly annoying. So I think what I'm going to have to do is implement my own codec par coded side data, or AV codec par new side data. So this is going to allocate it, and then this just has the actual pointer, so you would copy it in yourself. So I guess I only really need this, because I do want to always allocate it. Am I doing this right? New packet, new side data. Does that actually return the pointer to the data? Inconsistency! Hooray! So this is what I'm going to have to implement myself. everything else just falls under the copiers that are already there, except for the new function I'm going to have to add. Yes. So that new function I'm going to have to add is ff codec par new side data. It returns a pointer, and, well, I'll use this as the example. It's going to take number. Parameters. ff codec par new side data. AV codec parameters. AV side. EV packet side data type. Type and size desize. And I have lost the bit of documentation I needed. Nope, here it is. Nope, here it isn't. Nope, here it is. I was right. AV packet side data new codec par coded side data codec par number coded side data type size currently unused must be 0. Convenient. If we don't get that, then I'll just return null and it's somebody else's problem. And otherwise, I just need to return the data that I just got. Make this super fancy. Look at that. Ain't that fancy? That may be everything. I'm not 100% certain. That was suspiciously fast. Yeah, I think to test this, well, I mean, I'm not really going to be able to test it because I don't know what this does, but, man, I have no idea how to test this. I need to at least test that it, like, compiles. Let's see here. If I go into FFmpeg and look at libav codec, where is it? AV codec parameters actually defined. Codec underscore par, that's what I thought. It won't tell me where this lives. Is it under AV codec? Oh well, codec par.h. It was there, just search didn't find it because it's annoying. Anyway, I'm looking for coded side data. Cool, it's a reordering. That was the important thing. I needed to know a reordering. So what I'm going to have to do is go to the version before this. And then codec blame from here. There's some way for me to view the entire tree. Everything's going a little bit slow because of this. You know what, I'm going to stop that because I'm getting tired of how slow everything is. Codec par.h. Yes, coded side data. Look, it's in a different point, and now I get blame this and see if I can follow it back somewhere else. There we go. That's what I need. Yeah, so that's going to be the relevant patch. They did remember to bump version. It's always 30. Somehow 30 is the only version that there ever is. And somehow there's no major version here. Oh, wait, oh, it's in some other file in version major? Why? That's very annoying. Let's see. So if I browse like this, yes, I'm on this commit. Maybe codec. Version major is in a different file. Such madness. 60. Okay. I'm just gonna maybe not name that file version, but this is the change here is coded side data version. Libav codec version, and it is 60.30.100 greater than or equal to that. This is going to take so long to build that I may not actually be able to finish this today. Okay, that took an eternity. Let me just run the fast tests, not the big tests. This does involve some codec par copying, so if this is completely broken, then it would have already failed. Yep, okay. So I haven't completely broken it. That's something. This is... I don't want to call this beta. I always call things beta. Feature. Codec par coded side data. Wait, I missed something rather crucial here. I added this to the copy out. I didn't add it to the copy in. Side data, number coded side data, coded side data, ff copy and codec par side data, codec par pointer, codec par dot side data, and surely. Right, yes. No, surely. It is awkward that you have to set number-coded side data when the length of the array implies it. But I think, like the same... No, I do set extra data size. Just trying to see if I'm at all consistent here. Side data. Yeah, I just copy in the side data itself. That's very stupid of me. Wait, no, because AV packet new side data does that. Right. So isn't this wrong? Isn't this busted? I specifically do not want to set the side data elms. Because otherwise it'll think it already has side data. In fact, I just don't want to set this. That's what that should have. Why, that sure was a fast fail. Yeah, as expected, this is not in that version. I have to be a little bit careful here, because just ifing it out here isn't going to help anything. See how I've got like rat fake here to fake the frame rate? I need a fake in the other case too. So the version in this case is 60/30/100, and in this case I want a greater than or equal to. And this is both coded side data and number of coded side data. Otherwise, I'll bet side data itself doesn't exist in this version, so if I do this, well, no, it must. AV codec parameters coded side data. And I'll just say it's always null, because it is always null. Int codec as number coded side data. And it's always 0. And if you're setting it, then you are SOL. Packet side data. Side data. And nothing. Welcome to SOL. And now it is going to have the same error with codec parameters, or not codec parameters, codec, the other one. Oh, I didn't, okay, yeah. This also needs to be here. Else. Actually, I can make this way easier, like so. So it was in codec context, but not in codec parameters? That's a real botch job. Let me open up the appropriate version of the document. I'm just going to start from scratch. I'm so confused. So if I look in, say, 5.1, and I go to AV codec parameters, side data, it is indeed not there. AV codec context, side data, it is there. Wow, that's botched. That's a mistake. That is not supposed to work that way. Oopsie poopsie. Basically, anything in codec context that is needed to actually initialize the codec is supposed to be in codec parameters so that you can use the codec parameters to initialize the codec. But they done did botched it. Okay. So that built. Good. Now I'm sort of concerned about older versions, but whatever. These shouldn't be in the same commit, but look, they are. Now, once again, I don't really know how to test this. But that's a problem for another day. Okay.